Welcome once again to the dangerously disorganized reloading table of doom. Welcome once again to the dangerously disorganized reloading table of doom. Today, I am sizing some 357 Magnum and also 38 Special Brass, which I happen to have, on one of my two Pro 1000s. This one was donated to me many years ago by one of my readers, my blog readers. See the blog. And I've used it many times. Now, the way I do it, as again you've seen in the other videos, I like to size and decap the brass first, so I have just the sizer and decapper. Then I run it through a vibratory tumbler to clean it. Then I prime them with a hand priming tool, which is usually the RCBS. And then I run them through again to load. Now the Pro 1000 has been out for many years. It's Lee's original progressive press. It has 3 stations. 1, 2, 3. You can change turrets. You can set up your turrets with your dies and just slap them in, especially if you're using the same shell plate for different cartridges. The shell plates are a little more difficult to change. You have to really disassemble a lot of it to change a shell plate, unlike the Loadmaster, which takes only seconds. But it's still a good press. It's not tall enough for most of the rifle cartridges, but I've made a lot of handgun rounds with it and they work pretty good. So, you grab the lever, you run it up, it sizes, it decaps, primer falls out down here, gets collected in there. Once in a while you have to empty that out. On the reverse stroke, it rotates. Before your next upstroke, make sure that's not going to get crushed. As before with the 45 ACP, I'm using a carbide sizer die, so I don't need to lubricate these straight wall cases. Bottleneck cases you always have to lube. Loading the case feeder is the same with the Loadmaster and Pro 1000. You take your cases and you put them in the case collator, which is on top of the feed tubes. And you dump them in there, and you shake it, and they slip on down base first automatically. Pretty cool. Then when one of your 4 tubes is empty, you see you've got this tube feeder adjusted here. There's 3 different varieties. One for large cases like 357 with a rim, 45 ACP, a small one for 9x19, and there are 2 small ones. One has an extension to the insert tube to take up more space for a shorter case, and the other doesn't, and that would be the one you would use for 223, for example. So when one of these 4 tubes is empty, you simply rotate to the next tube, and that's the same on the Loadmaster.